Pastor Tracy here, bringing you another TCWC moment. In our church, we've been in a series talking about wisdom from the book of Proverbs. And so I wanted to share with you just a couple of thoughts from some of the messages that I've been talking about that I think will help us in our life, because we all need wisdom in our culture, in our world today. If there's ever a time that we needed wisdom, it's today. So let me give you a verse of Scripture. Proverbs 1:7 says, "The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction." See, when we follow God's rules, God puts things in our life and He begins to depart in us wisdom. And it's not because God's trying to take away anything from us, but God is trying to increase our life in every way. Now, one of the things that you may think about is, well, what's the difference between knowledge and wisdom? So let me give you just a few examples of what I think will help you, the difference between knowledge and wisdom. You see, knowledge can build you the Titanic, but it takes wisdom to steer clear of the icebergs. You see, we all need to know how to steer our life in these times in which we're living. And so that's one example of the difference between knowledge and wisdom. Here's another one. Knowledge builds a house, but it takes wisdom to build a home. You see, a home is where you have a lot of things going on. It's where relationships are, and it's where people get stronger in their relationship with each other. It's where a family dynamic takes place. You see, you can walk into any house, but I've been into some houses actually with people living in it, but it just doesn't really feel like home, because it takes wisdom to build a home the way God instructs us to. And here's one more. Knowledge can give you understanding of God, but wisdom helps you walk with God. And I think that's so important. You see, I don't want people just to come to church or watch us online and all you do is just fill your head with a lot of knowledge. I mean, it's a good thing to know about God, but it's a better thing to really know God and know His ways and begin to apply those in our life. And that way we can walk with God in what He's instructing us, to do in our life. And another verse of Scripture is Proverbs 4:7. And this has been one of our key verses where it says, "Wisdom is supreme. Therefore, get wisdom." And I love this second part of the verse that says, even if it costs you everything, though it costs you all you have, he says, get understanding. And so I want to encourage you today is to go after the wisdom of God. And you may feel like, well, Pastor, it just seems like I don't have any wisdom. And maybe wisdom is just for that select few groups of people or those few individuals that God really puts His hand on and He really gives those wisdom. But I want to tell you that's not true. In the book of James, he tells us that if any man lacks wisdom, he said, let him ask of God, who gives it out generously. And then this next part he says, without finding fault. You see, it would be easy for God to look at anybody on this earth, no matter how good you think they are, and He can find fault. But He just said, listen, if you'll ask God for wisdom in any area of your life, it doesn't matter what it is. It could be parenting, it could be finances, it could be your faith, and so many things about business. He says, ask God. If you ask Him for wisdom, He'll give it to you. I want to thank you for watching this today, and I hope you have a great week, but go after and pursue wisdom with everything that you have.